Imagine you've been with someone for years. Every morning, they make you coffee and say, "I love you" at exactly the same time. But they never look you in the eye. They never ask how you're feeling. And they never really talk about their day. They just follow a routine script. After a while, that "I love you" starts to feel pretty empty, doesn't it? Well, here's the thing. Many of us do the exact same thing to God. We follow the rules, we show up on time, and we say all the right churchy words, but our hearts aren't actually in it. Today I want to talk about 3 specific habits that many Christians have that actually break God's heart. We need to be really careful, because these habits have a way of sneaking up on us when we think we're doing just fine. The first habit is what I call checklist Christianity. This is when we treat our faith like a grocery list or a set of chores. Read the Bible? Check. Prayed for a bit? Check. Went to church on Sunday? Check. We think that by doing these things we're keeping God happy or staying on His good side. But God isn't looking for a list of chores. He's looking for a deep relationship. I've been there myself more times than I'd like to admit. There were weeks where I'd get to Sunday morning and realize I hadn't thought about God once since the previous service. I was just going through the motions. Let's be real here. We all do it sometimes. As it says in Matthew 15:8, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me." That verse shows that God knows when we're just faking it. When we show up to worship, but our minds are on our lunch plans or our work emails. It's like being on a date and staring at your phone the whole time. It hurts Him because He wants all of us, not just the part of us that feels obligated to show up. He doesn't want your perfection. He wants your presence. The second habit that breaks God's heart is becoming the holy judge. We've all seen this. And if we're being honest, we've probably all done it. It's that feeling we get when we see someone struggling with a sin that we don't personally have, and we immediately feel superior. We look at their life and think, "I would never do that." Or, "How can they call themselves a Christian while acting like that?" We become so focused on the flaws in other people that we completely forget about our own mess. It's like trying to clean someone else's house while your own is a total wreck. As it says in Matthew 7:3, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye?" This habit is dangerous because it drives people away from God. When the world sees Christians acting like they're better than everyone else, they don't see the love of Jesus. They just see pride. And God resists the proud. It breaks His heart to see His children looking down on each other instead of lifting each other up. We are supposed to be known by our love, not by our judgment or our lists of who is right and who is wrong. The third habit is chronic worry. Now you might think, is worrying really that bad? Isn't it just a normal human reaction? Well, think about it like this. If your child was constantly crying and shaking because they didn't think you'd provide them with dinner, even though you fed them every single day of their life, you'd be heartbroken. You'd feel like they didn't trust you at all. So here is the deal. When we worry about the future, about our health, or about our money, we're basically telling God that we don't think He's capable, or that He doesn't really care. It's a lack of trust in His character as a father. As it says in Hebrews 11:6, "And without faith it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to Him must believe that He exists and that He rewards those who earnestly seek Him." Faith is what pleases God. So, when we live in constant fear and anxiety, we're living like orphans who don't have a Father in heaven. It breaks His heart to see us carrying burdens that He already promised to take from us. He wants us to rest in His peace, not run ourselves ragged trying to control things that are completely out of our hands. So, how do we fix this? The first step is just being honest with ourselves and with God. It's okay to say, "Lord, I've been treating you like a checklist," or "I've been judging my neighbors lately." The amazing thing is, God already knows, and He's just waiting for us to come back to Him with a sincere heart. He doesn't want you to feel guilty. He wants you to feel loved. He wants you to talk to him like a real friend. He wants you to look at others with the same mercy he's shown you. And he wants you to trust him enough to let go of that crushing worry you've been carrying. As it says in 1 Peter 5:7, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. He really does care. Don't let these habits keep you at a distance from the Father. Life is way too short to live a fake or fearful faith. Let's start focusing on what really matters to him. A heart that loves and a spirit that trusts. God is way more interested in your heart than your performance. Remember that his grace is enough for whatever you're facing today. I really hope this helps you grow a little closer to God this week. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next one.